Today's video is inspired by Rachel over at Roxy Creations. Well, good morning, everyone. So today I thought we would make a few clusters using tracing paper as our starting point. So what I've done is just tore 2 strips of tracing paper with my tear ruler. They are about 3 inches across, and the colors I've decided to go with is the Rococo Rose and the Mossy Meadow. These are 2 of my favorite colors. They're, to me, very vintage looking. And I want to be able to use these in my journal that I'm going to be making about sewing. So let's just start off first with a little bit of the Mossy Meadow. This is a stamp set. Again, it's from Stamping Up. Sorry for the glare. Timeless Textures. I love the background stamps on it. And I have a white piece of paper on the bottom here, so I can kind of just stamp off, and then it leaves a little bit of an impression over on the paper, and I can use that paper also in some projects. So I'm just going to do a couple of stamps here. And then, well, let me just stamp that off. I'm going to clean my stamp and then do the pink, the Rococo Rose. So let's put that over there. And sorry if you can't see it real well because of the tracing paper being so clear. But let's just do a few here. Oh, that is just a stunning color. And just go random little areas. How's everybody doing? Good? I'm fantastic. I have cinnamon roll dough rising. My daughter is a leader for the young women at our church, and this Sunday is a conference, and she wanted to make sure that the girls had a little treat from her. So she asked me to make cinnamon rolls. So I have a fantastic recipe, and I am making 24 really nice big cinnamon rolls. So the dough is rising right now. Let's try this stamp. I love this one also. And I'm actually going to do the green in it because it's leaves. So I'm going to do it over here on this one. Now, my daughter is gluten allergen. She has a gluten allergy. So she doesn't have all-purpose flour at her house. She has to use a gluten-free flour. So that's why I'm doing them here at my house, because she says she even starts sneezing and itching if there's the real flour in her home. So after I finish cooking them, then I'm gonna head over to her house, spend the day with them. We're going to be celebrating my grandson's birthday. He turned 12. And he has a football game tonight, so we're going to go to that football game. So it should be fun. It should be a lot of fun. Okay, so let's see. I need to do a little bit of pink on here. Let me grab a different image. I think I'm going to use this here. This, again, is Stampin' Up, handmade for you. I like the image, so let me put this other one back. Let's put a few of these on there. And we'll do that in the Rococo Rose. This recipe that I have for the cinnamon rolls, I've had for, oh gosh, probably since I was in high school. I was one of those crazy girls. I love to cook. I always have. And this girlfriend of mine, I used to spend the night at her house. Her mother made the best cinnamon rolls. And so I asked her for her recipe. I used to get recipes all the time from my girlfriend's mothers. So, yeah, kind of funny. So we're going to let that dry for just a minute, and then we're going to grab some book page or pattern paper. And here's some of that here. Then I also have the pattern itself, like this kind of paper. So let's put some of that on there too. And we're just going to rip it and glue it on. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue to glue these down, and I'll be back with you guys. Now I have this stamp that has, again, it's from Stampin' Up, but it's got some button stamps. And so I'm going to do that in Bumblebee, which is yellow. And I'm just going to pull out the stamp and put it on my finger and just do a couple random ones here and there. You know, what's interesting, paper crafters or card makers, we're very good about cleaning off our stamps after each use. But I notice junk journalers, they don't clean them off. And I just like, that's interesting. Okay, we got a couple of buttons there in that Bumblebee. Okay, now I want to put a little bit of script in the background. And let's see what one I have. And I'm going to just use my vintage photo for that. Let's see. Oh, we could also put a few flowers too. Let's just bring in, this is a brand new stamp that's available. I like the script here, this beautiful floral. It's pretty. So, oh, I haven't even mounted these. This is terrible. Oh my gosh. I'm going to put it on hold and mount these on the stickers so that they're sticky. But now I want to add a little bit more. And so I think I'm going to bring in a little bit of this music paper and just glue that down. Oops, sorry. I know that was probably really loud. And put that down in a couple of spots. Because aren't you listening to music when you're sewing? I thought it just needed a couple of more little things glued down before I did the final stamping on it. Kind of peeled up there. And the other thing I love is this German book page. The script is just incredibly beautiful. I'm going to put a little bit of that down. So it's really nice to have these little clusters already made up, even if they don't have a focal point yet, because you can just have them in a little container off to the side where you're crafting. And say, for instance, like for this journal, the sewing journal, like I said, I may want to add some fabric to it, some lace to it. The ones that are more of a neutral color, I can set those aside and maybe put a little person on there from the Tim Holtz Paper Dolls section. I will use some for my journal, my celebration of women. I'm still gathering everything for that journal. So these are very, very useful and really fun to make. I've got this one little piece of book page with some gold on it. I just love it. So let's just put that on there and then we'll start stamping. We'll just bring that down here. And then just in these little blank areas, you just start stamping with some script. And it kind of just brings it all together. And I might just put the tips of this flower here and there. Well, let's take a look at these and see if there's anything else we need to add. So just flip this over so you can see them. And I will take a tear ruler and we will pick out our sections. So I like this section right here. Okay. That's a nice little cluster. I might add a little bit more to it. That's kind of nice. And then this one. Okay, and then this. That's a pretty good size one. I think I might cut that down even more. So I wanted to show you a little bit more of the embellishing I did on them. Here I put a French laundry label. On this one, I had sewn this suffix puff, and I put that one on there. This one just has a little die cut of a flower. On this one, I glued a button to it. On this one, I added one of Tim Holtz's little girls to it. This one just has a little like a flower cut out neutral color. The same with this one. This one I added another little flower embellishment there, and the same for this one with a little floral embellishment. So these are a lot of fun to make. You will get a lot of use out of them for your journals. I know most of these have to do with sewing, but like this one, no, this can go in just a regular journal. And so anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it, and have some fun following Rachel's inspiration for these clusters. And I'll see you guys next Monday. Thanks, and bye-bye.